Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of lsatdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. Patrick writes in, applying broadly, and broadly is in scare quotes.
Probably asking what that means to apply broadly. Dear Ben and Nathan, first, I want to thank you both for all the work you've done to develop the Demon. After using it for roughly a month, I am confidently attacking my practice tests one question at a time, and I have a much deeper understanding of why each correct answer is right. Great. Welcome, Patrick. My question concerns the application process rather than the test itself. For reference, my diagnostic score was a 169 at the beginning of January, and I scored a 180 for the first time yesterday after using the Demon for roughly a month. I currently teach middle school history and a senior economics class, so I drill during the week and do practice tests every Saturday. I'm scheduled to take the test in April, and I plan to retake it in August?
What about June?
Yeah, that's a bad strategy. If I'm unhappy with my first score, I plan to apply to law schools this coming fall. Okay, so first thing we can correct for you here, Patrick, if you're taking the April test, you also need to plan on taking June. You're definitely ready, okay? You're scoring high 170s, even 180. Like there's no more, you don't need to.
Yeah.
You're ready to take it. So I'm glad you're signed up for April. Take it in April. But you don't want to just be hoping for a one and done and then like waiting and then registering later for the August test. Just plan on taking April, June, and August.
Yeah. Plan on all three. You might as well. Because you have the...
Well, and September for that matter.
Yeah. Totally.
Right? Sometimes it takes people, like you're somebody who definitely should score in the high 170s.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, no point having a 180 fetish. But high 170s, as high as you started, and the fact that you've scored a 180 on a practice test means, don't settle for anything less than like a 176 or 177. But it might take a couple attempts, and you need to just treat April as if it's just another practice test for June. Treat June as if it's just another practice test for August. Treat August as if it's just another practice test for September. That's the way you can do this completely stress-free.
Yeah, and you stop. It's not like you have to do all four or even five. You just stop after.
Yeah, you declare victory as soon as you see a 177 or higher. You're just like, yeah, okay, I'm done. Yeah. That's fine. But you should right now have all those test dates on your calendar.
Yeah.
Go to lsat.link/dates if you want to see all of the dates. Okay, Patrick continues. I've heard you recommend that students apply broadly in older podcast clips, and I have also seen that it's important to leverage competing offers in some lessons. However, I'm unsure exactly how many schools that means I should apply to. How do I best play the game in applying to law schools without wasting money on applications to schools I'm not interested in? Thanks again for all you have done to prepare students like me for the LSAT. I wish we had a GPA.
Yeah, I wish we did too. So, one thing, just a general rule of thumb, I think everybody should be applying to at least 10 schools. That I would say is the minimum. What do you think?
Okay. Oh yeah, I think double digits at a minimum. The very few exceptions might be you've got kids with someone who you no longer live with, and you're really geographically forced to be in one place.
Yeah, I agree. And you're absolutely not moving. But even then, I feel like there's value in applying to potential competitors at the very least.
Oh, totally.
To see the value that they might offer, to use that as leverage, to potentially question some assumptions you have about life.
No, if you know you're stuck in Phoenix or whatever.
Yeah.
Why not still apply to UCLA, USC, University of Texas, University of Utah? Like, why not apply to credible competing schools? So yeah,
the schools that you ultimately go to in Phoenix don't know that you're stuck there.
No, you do not have to share that information with them. You're not required to disclose your ex-wife and the kids that you have together and the home that you own in Phoenix. You don't. You don't have to say any of that stuff. Just show them the numbers and get to work talking about the price.
So at least 10. But I'm not surprised at all when people apply to 20, sometimes even 30 schools. You talk about cost here. You said, how do I best play the game of applying to law school without wasting money on applications to schools I'm not interested in? But as we were just talking about, even if you are not only not interested, but feel like you cannot attend, the amount of money you spend applying to that school is going to be pennies.
Yeah.
In the bucket of money you could save merely from a great offer from one of those schools that you could use as leverage, right?
Yeah.
Imagine a school gives you a full ride. You're not planning to attend at all, but you turn around and you tell another school and they give you $5,000 more per year.
Yeah.
It's maybe a trivial amount on some level, but it's already more than paid for that application.
Oh, yeah.
By 100
Plus, I mean, application fees are also optional, right? Especially, boy, for somebody like this.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, my practice tests are in the 170s, they're going to be falling all over themselves to give you an application fee waiver.
Yeah.
And they do have the ability to also waive the LSAC report fee. Now, when they do that, they have to actually pay LSAC for that report fee. But we do see schools doing that for very qualified applicants. And with a 170 something, you are a very qualified applicant. So I would do some outreach to the schools and I would make it clear to them that the budget is too much for you. You're a middle school teacher.
Yeah.
Very concerned about price, but I'm scoring, my practice tests are in the 170s. I'm interested in your school. I'm wondering if I can get an application fee waiver. And when they say yes to that, you say, also, I want you to waive the LSAC report fee for me, please. They could say no, but this is all like the first step in the bigger price negotiation about tuition. So yeah, don't shoot yourself in the foot by applying too narrowly, because you don't know the price of these schools until you get admitted. Don't let even for schools that do, some schools, I don't think you really have to pay application fee at almost any school these days. They waive those like, that's just trivial,
Yeah.
But the report fee, that LSAC report fee, they might not feel good about paying LSAC for your application. So it might be worth some schools, they might say no, and you might decide, okay, fine, I'll pay the $50 LSAC fee. But you're paying $50 for a chance at saving $150,000. So yeah, I think 10 schools is a good number. And again, yeah, for people with geographical flexibility, 20, 30.
Yeah.
Good results tend to happen, because we do see crazy shit, right? Like you see people get like denied by Berkeley and then get into Harvard.
Yeah. Well, also last episode, right? Sorry. Last episode of Thinking LSAT, which was episode 547.
Uh-huh.
We had that one person, I think it was that episode. They had applied to maybe a dozen schools, been waitlisted or rejected at most of them, accepted but with very poor offers at a few more, and then got a full ride to Minnesota, I think.
Yeah.
And they were upset about their results. But at the same time, it's like, you only need one killer offer.
You could be like insulted by all those other bad offers, but you only are going to take the best one. So that's why you apply broadly and get one good offer, and then you're set.
Mm-hmm. And if that applicant hadn't applied so broadly, including to Minnesota, then they would be looking at a bunch of rejections or bad offers. So
not only that, but if Minnesota is not your first choice, if your first choice was actually Michigan and Michigan admitted you, but they didn't make any scholarship offer, you can now go talk to Michigan and go, hey, I've got this full ride over here at Minnesota. The money part of it, I just can't get past the money part of it. That's really important for me. I'm a middle school teacher. I can't afford this. I'm going to take this offer at Minnesota unless there's anything more you can do for me.
100%.
And they can say no, but you give yourself a no if you don't ever even ask. All right. Anything more for Patrick?
No, thanks for writing in.
Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you would like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.